It was a Wednesday afternoon, ordinary, mundane, the kind of day that blends into the background of life, unnoticed and unremarkable. I came home early from work, surprised to find the house empty. The silence was unsettling, a stark contrast to the usual bustle of our home. My wife's phone lay on the kitchen counter, forgotten. It was unusual for her to leave it behind, as she was always so attached to it. A notification flashed on the screen, a message from Mark. The name was familiar, but the context was not. Curiosity got the better of me. It was a mistake, a grave mistake. I hesitated, knowing that invading her privacy was wrong, but something compelled me to look. The words jumped out at me, raw and intimate. It was an affair, the kind of revelation that shatters your perception of reality in an instant. My wife, the woman I loved, was involved with another man. My world stopped. The room seemed to close in on me, the walls pressing in with the weight of betrayal. My breath caught in my throat. I felt a mix of anger, sadness and disbelief. How could this be happening? I reread the message, hoping I had imagined it. Each word was a dagger, cutting deeper into my heart. But the truth was right there, staring back at me. There was no denying it. The evidence was irrefutable. I felt sick, betrayed. The kind of betrayal that makes you question everything you thought you knew about your life. My life, as I knew it, was over. The future I had envisioned with her was now a distant, shattered dream. It wasn't just the affair. It was the deception, the careful planning, the lies that had been woven into the fabric of our daily lives. My mind raced, trying to piece together the lies, the alibis, the stolen moments. Every late night, every unexplained absence now had a sinister undertone. I thought back to the moments we had shared, the memories we had created. Were they all tainted by this betrayal? I looked at my wedding ring, a symbol of our commitment, now feeling like a shackle. The weight of it was unbearable. The night seemed endless, filled with questions and doubts. How long had this been going on? Why hadn't I seen the signs? I scrolled through the messages, each one more painful than the last. The intimacy they shared was a stark contrast to the distance that had grown between us. I looked at a family photo, the smiles now seeming hollow. The life we had built together was crumbling before my eyes. I needed air. I needed to escape the suffocating reality of my home. I stepped outside, the cool air hitting my face, but it did little to calm the storm inside me. As I walked down the street, I tried to make sense of it all, the betrayal, the lies, the future that now seemed so uncertain. But amidst the chaos, a resolve began to form. I would confront her. I needed answers. I deserved the truth. With a heavy heart but a determined mind, I made my way back home. The accidental discovery had changed everything, but it also gave me the clarity I needed to move forward. This was just the beginning of a new chapter, one that I would face head on, no matter how painful it might be. The front door creaked open. My wife. Her smile faded as she saw me, phone in hand. The silence was deafening. I didn't need to say a word. Her eyes confessed everything. The conversation was a blur. Accusations, tears, justifications that felt like poison. She tried to explain, to rationalize, but each word cut deeper, twisting the knife of betrayal. The kids walked in then, our two daughters. They froze, sensing the tension. My wife and I locked eyes. A silent agreement passed between us, not in front of the kids, in front of... Days turned into weeks. The conversation, a wound that refused to heal. I couldn't shake off the feeling of unease. It was in the way my wife avoided my gaze, the hushed phone calls she made when I was around, and the kids, they were different. Withdrawn, secretive. One evening I overheard a conversation, my daughters. They were talking about their mother, about her affair. My blood ran cold. They knew all along. They had helped her cover it up, lied for her, protected her. The realization hit me like a physical blow. The foundation of my life was built on lies. Every moment, every cherished memory now felt like a cruel joke played on me by fate. My wife, my children, the very people I had dedicated my life to, the ones I thought I knew better than anyone else, the people I trusted most in the world had betrayed me in the cruelest way possible. It was as if the ground beneath my feet had crumbled, leaving me in a free fall of despair. Anger was a raging fire in my veins. I confronted my daughters, demanding answers, seeking some semblance of truth in the chaos. The truth spilled out, painful and ugly. Each word they spoke felt like a dagger to my heart, cutting deeper and deeper. They had known about the affair for months. They had seen the signs, heard the whispers, and yet they chose to keep it from me, had been complicit in hiding it from me. Their silence was a betrayal in itself, a silent agreement to keep me in the dark. Their justifications felt hollow, their words like salt on an open wound. The house was suffocating. Every room, every piece of furniture seemed to mock me with memories of happier times. Every corner held a memory, now tainted with deceit. The laughter, the celebrations, the quiet moments of togetherness, all of it felt like a lie. I couldn't bear to look at my wife, let alone speak to her. Her presence was a constant reminder of the betrayal, a wound that refused to heal. My own children, once a source of joy and pride, now represented the depth of my betrayal. Their faces, once filled with innocence and love, now only brought me pain and sorrow. The bond we shared felt irreparably broken, and I was left to pick up the pieces of a shattered life. Section 5. Legal battles, preparing for the inevitable. The love I once felt was replaced by a chilling emptiness. Divorce felt like the only option, a painful but necessary amputation. Lawyers, custody arrangements, the logistics of separation were a cold, hard reality I was forced to face. The house, once filled with laughter and warmth, echoed with the silence of unspoken words. We were strangers living under the same roof, each nursing our own wounds, our own betrayals. Section 6. Emotional fallout, drowning in betrayal. Sleep was a distant memory. Food lost its taste. The world around me continued as if nothing had changed, while I felt like a ghost, haunting the wreckage of my own life. Therapy became my lifeline, a space to unpack the anger, the hurt, the overwhelming sense of betrayal. The therapist used words like resilience and healing, but they felt like empty promises in the face of such profound loss. The pain was relentless. It was in the quiet moments, the empty spaces at the dinner table, the forced smiles at family gatherings. It was a heavy cloak I couldn't seem to shed. Section 7. The daughter's choice, sides taken, bonds broken. The girls were caught in the middle, torn between the love for their mother and the pain they had inflicted on me. Our relationship, once easy and playful, became strained, brittle. They chose her. I understood on some level, but the knowledge didn't make it hurt any less. Their allegiance was a constant reminder of the betrayal, a fresh wound that refused to heal. Section 8. Picking up the pieces, navigating life after betrayal. The divorce was finalized. The house, once filled with so much laughter, stood empty. A physical manifestation of the family we once were. I moved into a small apartment. It was quiet, lonely, but it was mine. Work became my refuge. A distraction from the constant ache in my chest. I threw myself into projects, deadlines, anything to keep my mind occupied. Section 9. Forgiveness or resentment? A long road ahead. Forgiveness. The word felt heavy, impossible. Could I forgive my wife for the affair? For the lies? Could I forgive my daughters for their complicity? The therapist said forgiveness was a process, not a destination. That it was about letting go of the anger and pain, not for them, but for myself. I wasn't sure I believed him. The nights were the hardest, the silence deafening. Memories, both good and bad, played on a loop in my mind. I was haunted by what we had lost, by the shattered illusion of the perfect family. Section 10, A Family Scarred, The Uncertain Future. The title itself speaks volumes about the journey we are about to delve into. A journey filled with pain, hope, and the quest for healing. Time, they say, heals all wounds, but what if the wounds are too deep, too raw? What if the passage of time only serves as a reminder of the pain rather than a balm to soothe it? But some scars run too deep. They become a part of us, etched into our very being. They tell a story of hurt, of betrayal, and of the long road to recovery. The betrayal of my wife and children left an indelible mark on my soul. It changed me, made me wary, guarded. I often find myself lost in thought, staring out the window, wondering how things could have been different. We are trying to rebuild, tentatively, carefully. Each step forward is taken with caution, each word spoken with care. We are like fragile glass, trying to piece ourselves back together without shattering. Family dinners once a month, awkward conversations. The silence between us speaks louder than words. We are all trying, but the weight of the past hangs heavy in the air. The girls are older now. They have grown, matured. They see the world differently, and they see me differently too. They understand the gravity of their actions, the pain they caused. They understand the gravity of their actions, the pain they caused. Their remorse is evident in their eyes, in their words. They are trying to make amends, to bridge the gap that has formed between us. Forgiveness, I realize, is not a straight line. It is a journey with many detours. It is a path fraught with obstacles, with moments of doubt and moments of clarity. It is a journey with many detours. Each turn, each twist brings new challenges and new opportunities for growth. It is a journey that requires patience, understanding, and above all, love. We may never go back to the way we were, but perhaps, just perhaps, we can create something new. A new kind of family built on the lessons of the past and the hopes for the future. A different kind of family, one that is stronger, more resilient, one that understands the value of trust and the importance of forgiveness. A family forever marked by the past, but striving for a future where love and trust can once again take root. We plant the seeds of hope, nurture them with care, and watch as they grow into something beautiful, something enduring.